In our last conversation, we talked about why your brain craves novelty, why you start things with fire and abandon them when the spark fades, and we explored the psychology of high openness to experience. But here's what I didn't tell you. For some of you, the problem isn't that you lack commitment. The problem is that you have too much commitment to too many things at once. You look at your career options and you don't see one path, you see five, and they all feel equally real, equally yours. You're not afraid of hard work. You're terrified of choosing the wrong work. This is what psychologists call the paradox of potential, and the anxiety it creates is crushing. Today, we're going to dissolve that anxiety. We're going to look at a career model that doesn't ask you to be one thing, and we're going to build a strategy that works with your brain, not against it. Let me describe your internal experience. You're good at multiple things, not dabbling, actually good. You've spent real time in multiple domains. Maybe you're a trained designer who also codes, or a marketer who understands data science, or a therapist who writes. And when people ask, "So what do you do?" you freeze, because the honest answer is complicated and the world wants simple. Society has a mental model for success. It's called specialization, and it's been the dominant career strategy for over 100 years. Here's why. For most of the 20th century, the world was stable. Industries changed slowly. A company could predict what skills it would need 5 years from now. So the advice was simple. Pick one thing, go deep, become the expert. Psychologists call this a kind learning environment. The rules are clear. The feedback is immediate, and repetition leads to mastery. Think of a surgeon, or a classical pianist, or a tax accountant. These careers exist in kind environments. The more you repeat, the better you get. And for people in those fields, the T-shaped model works beautifully. One deep pillar of expertise, shallow knowledge in a few adjacent areas. But here's what changed. The world is no longer kind. It's what researchers call a wicked learning environment. The rules shift constantly, feedback is delayed, and patterns are hidden. In a wicked world, the hyper-specialist can have dangerous blind spots. Now, to be very clear, we absolutely need specialists. Their deep knowledge is invaluable. The problem isn't the T-shaped path. The problem is when it's treated as the only valid path. When you're told that having multiple interests makes you unfocused, unreliable, unemployable, that's when the anxiety begins. Here's what they don't tell you in career counseling. Your brain isn't broken. It's built for a different kind of value creation. Let me show you what I mean. There are different career geometries, different shapes, and each one has a place in the world. The I-shaped person is the pure specialist, one deep vertical pillar. This is the heart surgeon, the astrophysicist, the concert violinist. The dash-shaped person is the opposite, a mile wide and an inch deep. They know a little about everything, but can't go deep on anything. This is the trap many multi-interested people fall into, and it creates massive anxiety because there's no ground to stand on. But there's a third shape, the M-shaped professional. Picture this, two deep pillars connected by a horizontal bar of broader knowledge. Maybe one pillar is software engineering. You've spent years going deep there. You can build complex systems. That's pillar one. Your second pillar is behavioral psychology. You've studied it formally. You understand cognitive biases, decision architecture, how people actually think. And your horizontal bar? That's your interest in design, storytelling, neuroscience, history. Now, you're not just a programmer with random interests. You're the person who can build products that actually change user behavior because you understand both the technical system and the human system. That combination is rare. That combination is valuable. And the tool that makes this possible is called far transfer. Most people use near transfer. They learn something in one context and apply it to a very similar context. A chef learns to make French sauces, then applies that technique to Italian cooking. Same domain, slight variation. But polymaths use far transfer. They see the deep structure in one field and map it onto a completely different field. Here's a real example. A biologist studying how ant colonies distribute work without a central controller. No queen is giving orders, yet the colony functions perfectly. That same biologist looks at internet routing protocols and realizes the ants are solving the same computational problem that network engineers are trying to solve. That insight leads to a breakthrough in how we design distributed systems. That's far transfer. Seeing